Hey there, my name's Maddie. I've been watching a lot of people make coming out videos, and so I thought I'd make my own. Bear with me, this is my first YouTube video. Well, I've made montages, but I haven't been in them, so it's the first one that I've made that I'm in. And it's on my iPad, so it looks pretty crappy. So I apologize for that. I just thought that if my story could help, even one person feel more comfortable about being gay, or coming out about being gay, that that it did its purpose. I have been out for less than a year. I'm a senior in high school, and I didn't really start coming out massively until this school year, but I started coming out to people over the summer too. I think the biggest thing, if you haven't come out yet, is being comfortable with yourself, and with the fact that you're gay before you come out to other people, because it's a lot harder if you're not comfortable. I came out to my mom before I was comfortable with being out, but I wasn't really worried coming out to my mom because my mom's gay, and her and her girlfriend have been together for 7 years. So I knew that my mom would accept me, so I wasn't too worried about that. It was coming out to other people that really concerned me. My father is very religious, and so when my parents were together, we went to church a lot, and obviously in church they teach you that homosexuality is a sin. So it was really hard and very confusing for me trying to figure it all out, just because my whole life I'd been taught that it was wrong. And if you're one of those people, I know how rough it can be and how confused you can get. But God wouldn't have created people who are meant to be hated or go to hell. I don't even understand how people get that logic, whether you're Christian or not, because being gay doesn't make you a bad person. There are really, really crappy straight people, there are really crappy gay people, but there are also really awesome straight people and really awesome gay people, so your sexuality just has nothing to do with any of that. And you should never let somebody tell you that it does, because it doesn't determine who you are as a person. I still go to church, and people at my church don't know that I'm gay. I go to a different church than I did, so I guess it's easier because this church is a little bit more open. So I feel like even if I did come out, it wouldn't be a huge deal to them. So I think church is really the only place that I'm not out at. And I'm sure in time I'll probably come out there too. Just because I don't want to have to hide where I am in one place and not in another. So that was honestly my biggest thing with coming out, was I was so confused because, I'd been told my whole life that it was wrong, and that it was a sin, and so for me it was really just confusing, trying to figure out who I was, along with my religion, and I just came to the determination that it really doesn't matter, whether you're gay or straight. It just matters if you're a good person and you follow your belief system, I guess. Another big thing was school. People are mean, and my high school is no exception to that. And I've had friends. I don't really talk to them anymore because they're kind of jerks. They weren't really my friends. I just kind of talk to everyone because I don't want people to feel like they don't have somebody to talk to. So, but they were very, very judgmental, and they would say rude comments about people who were gay, and of course, I have my mom's, and so they weren't really people I wanted to associate with, because even if I wasn't gay, my mom is, and saying crappy things like that is just stupid. So I decided that I didn't want to talk to them. But it's just hard, because I'm an awkward person. If you haven't been able to tell from this video, I'm very socially awkward. And so I didn't know how to come out to people, really. And to me, like, it's not really a huge deal. It's just a part of who I am. And so I don't understand why I should have made a big deal out of it. And it was really hard for me to find a way to come out and not make it a big deal. And there were really only 2 people that I was worried about coming out to, and that was my best friend, and I'm not going to say her name just for privacy's sake, and my father. My dad went over better than I expected. So for those of you who are worried about how people are going to react, people can surprise you. My dad's really religious, and so I just figured he wouldn't want anything to do with me after I told him, and I was fully ready for that. We have kind of a rocky relationship anyway, and so I wasn't too worried about telling him because I didn't really care if he accepted it. I just wanted him to be aware. And so I just came straight out and told him, like, I know what your views on it are. Here are my views. And, I mean, there's nothing that you can do about it, but I want you to be aware of it. That way, and it's not like I'm hiding it from you. And honestly, the biggest thing that prompted me to come out, I thought that once I accepted the fact that I was gay, everything would be fine. I didn't care if other people knew. I knew, and I was okay with it finally. So I was like, okay, it doesn't matter if other people know, because I'm okay with it. But then it got hard because, like, you're lying by omission. You're not, like, outwardly lying. Sorry, I'm sick. You're not, like, outwardly lying, but it's lies of omission. And I get really, like, anxious when I lie to people. Like, I can't lie. It's just really bad. I can't do it. It stresses me out. And so that's when I really decided that I needed to start telling people, because I was feeling really alone, and I was feeling very, just depressed about it. And so that's when I decided I needed to tell people. And so I told my best friend first, and I was really worried how she would react, because she's very religious, and her whole family is, and so I was really worried that she wouldn't want to talk to me or take me to church anymore, any of that, because I knew her view on it. And I cried when I told her. Like, I was like, I have to tell you something. And I started breathing, like, really heavy, and then, I was like, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it'd be, and I just started crying, and we were just driving our car. I told her in the car, because I figured it'd be easier that way. So we were driving back to my house, and I just, like, started crying, and then I told her, and she's like, oh, I kind of expected that, which was not what I expected to hear from her. I expected to hear, like, oh, like, okay, but I think you're making a mistake, and this is why. And obviously you can't choose whether you're gay or straight, but she doesn't understand that, and she doesn't see that. She thinks it's a choice. And that's another thing. You can't choose. Before I knew I was gay, I thought it was a choice too, and I think that it's just something that people who are straight, or who, even if you're gay but you don't realize it, like, once you realize it, I think before you realize it, you think it's a choice. And it's really not. I mean, you can't choose how you feel. And you shouldn't have to apologize for how you feel. So I was very shocked when she just said that she kind of figured. But it was nice because I didn't lose my friend, and she's really great to talk to, and she's very supportive. Like, we don't really talk about it, but I know that she still is supportive and that she cares about me, so that's nice. And the big, like, I told my theater family first because I knew that they would accept it. I knew that they didn't really see a big deal with that, and then I've been slowly coming out to, like, friends and family, Like, I know one of my cousins knows, and I know that a couple of my friends outside of theater and other people that I've told know. And I think it's just a process. I don't think there's necessarily a good way. I think you have to figure out your own way. And that's what I had to do. I had to figure out how I wanted to do it, I guess. And I think that everyone has to figure that out. And it's hard, but it's definitely worth it, because it helps you feel more sure of yourself, and it helps you feel more yourself. The big thing that I've always struggled with once I knew I was gay and it came out was not having other people who were gay. My other best friend is gay, and he went to college though, so I accepted it and kind of figured it out. I figured it out more towards the end of his senior year. And so, of course, he went to college, and he goes to college 3 hours away, so we don't see each other very often anymore, which sucks. But, we talked about it, and that was nice to have somebody to talk to. But where I go to school, not a lot of people are gay, and, so it's kind of hard to find people to relate to, I guess. So even if you have a friend who's straight, they don't understand it. So it was nice to have him, because he understood what I was going through, and I could talk to him about my problems. And this year, I actually do have a couple of friends who are gay, which is nice, because I can talk to them, and they understand how I feel, and if I have a problem about somebody that I like, or just whatever, I could go to them, and I don't have to try to explain myself, because they just get it, they just understand it, and that's really nice to have that. So if you're in that situation, even if you don't have somebody to talk to, you have to understand that you're not alone, because it gets really easy to feel like you're alone, and that nobody understands what you're going through. But there's so many people who do. You just have to hold in there, and hold on, and, it does get better. And, I think as you find people, you won't feel as alone, and it won't be as hard to deal with, because you'll have those people to share it with. And until then, it's difficult, but you can do it, and you just have to keep pushing, and just put one foot in front of the other, and that's all you can really do in life. So really, I honestly just hope that this video was helpful for people, and that it helped them see that people can surprise you. I mean, these are the big things you have to remember, is coming out is never easy, but people are surprising. I had a couple surprises, and it was nice, and sometimes people don't react well, but you can't control that, and especially if it's friends. If they're really your friends, they'll accept you for who you are, and that's what I've found so far. And if they're not, then you don't need them in your life anyway, because it's stupid that they would stop talking to you over who you like. It's dumb, and you don't need them. You will find people 10 times better, and a billion times better. Also, you're not alone. There are so many people who are going through what you're going through right now, or have gone through. You just have to hold in there and wait for it, and you will find them. And when you find those people who understand you, it's fantastic. And it's relief from everything that you felt, all that anguish and guilt and frustration that you feel. You finally find people who understand what that is and how it feels, and people who can help you through that. So really, I hope that this video was helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. If you want me to talk about anything, obviously I'm not an expert. Like I said, I'm just newly out. But if there's anything that you want me to talk about, Just put the ideas below, and I will do my best to get to it. I'm kind of busy, but on the weekends I really don't do anything but sit and watch YouTube videos, because I have no life. So I will do my best to do that, and thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. I know it's kind of long, so thank you for watching and for listening to my story, and I hope that it was helpful. So, bye.